So today is Monday, June 23rd, 2025. It's 4 o'clock. We're here for online community breathwork. And as always, I'm starting by picking a card. So today we have Demeter, or Demeter, depending on how you want to pronounce her name. Demeter is the goddess of cultivated earth and rebirth. So it says here, life is reborn constantly, withering in winter, flowering in spring. So Persephone is more the goddess of spring, like spring coming and going. Obviously, Demeter is Persephone's mother. So she is the initiator into the mysteries of Eleusis with Persephone. The mysteries allow profound spiritual rebirth and an experience of the immortality of the soul. She's the equivalent of the Egyptian goddess Isis, who was also a goddess of magic and rebirth. So I'm not going to read the divination out loud at the beginning. I think I'm going to kind of spread it out throughout the session as we're breathing. I'm feeling that that'll be more powerful, but I want to do more just about Demeter up front as a goddess, as a myth. So a balanced expression of Demeter may reflect as a devoted parent, helping loved ones, health and care of your body, a spiritual teacher or guide. That sounds like me. At the same time, an imbalanced expression brings practical but uninspired living, perfectionism and control, overreacting to adversity, a smothering and selfish parent. So again, throughout the session today, maybe as we breathe, as we meditate, looking at the higher expression, that balanced expression, and then that imbalanced or that lower expression, and where maybe that's appearing within us, but also people in our lives as well. And so Demeter's affirmation is, I cultivate my natural resources to enhance abundance and allow rebirth. Again, that's, I cultivate my natural resources to enhance abundance and allow rebirth. So with that, we can get started. Pull up the timer. Okay. So you guys have been kind of breathing, taking some deep breaths. You're lying down. And now we can begin with our conscious, connected breaths. In, out. Again, you both have breathed with me before, so I know that you know your medium breaths, but if you're tuning in for the first time, we're starting with medium, conscious, connected breaths. What do I mean by conscious, connected breathing? I mean that we are breathing in, and as soon as our lungs are full, we are emptying our lungs, breathing out, and then as soon as our lungs are empty, breathing in again. So, right, that's the connected part. Conscious comes in when, as we breathe, we are just becoming aware of our thoughts, our body, our mind, our emotions, and anything else that might appear, spirit as well. But as always, the first 20 minutes of a rebirthing session, the ego will fight, the mind will fight, stay in control. That's okay, we don't have to fight back. All we have to do is breathe in and out. keeping the there's a really loud leaf blower outside, so if that's leaking in, I apologize, guys. But just keep breathing. I think a part of breath work is also becoming aware of our surroundings, right? We don't often have a quiet place to meditate or as much privacy as we would like in our lives. You know, for me, I live in a condo, so I hear the neighbors upstairs, I hear loud leaf blowers in the alley. But that doesn't mean we can't have a good session. It doesn't mean we can't continue to take our awareness as much on ourselves as what's going on around us, right? Because ultimately, we're all one, everything's connected. So using this time to not only connect with yourself, but to connect with, you know, just the earth as a whole, other humans. I mean, even on this call, we have 3 humans on this call. So breathing in connection with each other. And I think this Demeter card is also a reminder of that connection to something outside of ourselves, right? Demeter, she's the goddess of cultivated earth, right? Of the harvest, of wheat, right? So if Persephone is the spring, Demeter is the crops that are growing, that we harvest each year to feed ourselves, to feed our communities. And humanity has been growing, cultivating crops for thousands and thousands of years. In a way, it's the bedrock of our civilization. So much like this harvest, you can imagine this breathwork process as a harvest. We are harvesting our air, our oxygen, which is all around us. We're going into the field, we're doing work, right? We're not working on a farm, though. Well, in a way, we can kind of view it as working on our inner farm, right? Because that's what rebirthing breathwork is about. When we breathe in this way, we allow ourselves to relax, allow our bodies to reset. And when we do this, we gain access to our energy, our joy, our love, our light. And sometimes our light gets a little murky as we're living, right? It's easy. Just turn on the news. Just turn on the news to any channel right now and watch how quickly that light might go out. But we can't forget that we cultivate our own lights. We are responsible for our lives. And so when we do conscious connected breathing, we're taking time out of our day to cultivate our inner flame, our inner light, our inner garden, whatever you want to call it. As we continue to breathe in and out. Yeah, let's do, this is just coming to me, a little visualization again, because if your mind is wandering or ego is fighting, it can often be helpful to have a visualization in our mind's eye as we breathe. So for today's session, let's imagine every breath in that we're planting a seed. We're planting a seed either in our garden, our farm, whatever it might be, whatever you're seeing in your mind's eye, using your imagination. Every inhale, planting a seed, right? The seed, it's not going to grow overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to need sunlight. It's going to need water. It's going to need your love and attention. with every inhale, we're planting these seeds, these positive seeds. Cultivate my natural resources to enhance abundance and allow rebirth. We're breathing in, we're planting seeds. But what about the out breath? So the visualization, I think, for every out breath that you can imagine for yourself is that you're taking weeds out of the ground, right? So as we're planting seeds, we're also getting rid of the weeds. And what are the weeds? The weeds are the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs that we hold, that I don't have enough, I'm not enough, I can't do this, it's impossible. All of these negative beliefs that we hold on to, and just like weeds, they can grow very fast, right? Whatever we decide to focus on in our minds will grow, whether positive or negative. The mind doesn't care. But whatever is we're repeating, whatever we're thinking about, whatever we're focusing on is where our energy is going to go. So urging everyone listening, everyone on this call, every inhale, plant those seeds, plant those positive seeds, those positive thoughts. Every exhale, getting rid of what no longer serves you. And again, this could be an idea, a thought, a belief. It could be someone in your life. It could be a relationship that's draining you. But just now in this moment, decide, I no longer want that, and release it with every exhale. Right, so rebirthing is a process. Rebirth involves death, and death is the scary part. Just like every year, winter, all the plants die, but they come back in the spring, are reborn. But in order to be reborn, we must die to the old. We must die to whatever we're clinging to that's holding us back. And sometimes, when we become aware of what those things are, it makes us uncomfortable, because perhaps we've attached to these beliefs. We've built a whole house on them as a foundation. But if the foundation is built off of beliefs that are not so great, then the house is not going to be very sturdy. So continuing to breathe in and out. Again, in your mind's eye, seeing your garden, planting those seeds, uprooting those weeds. At the same time, we are purifying ourselves. We're getting rid of what no longer serves us while also calling in something better. I cultivate my natural resources to enhance abundance and allow rebirth. Keep going, everyone. Keep breathing. We're going to breathe like this for another minute, medium breaths, and then we're going to go into some faster breaths for a few minutes. So again, using this time to prepare, to become connected, staying conscious, staying aware. Anything that's coming up in your experience, good or bad, there's no wrong way to do breath work. Anything that's coming up right now is coming up just to be looked at with compassion, with awareness. You have to hold on to anything. 30 seconds, keep breathing. Seconds, bearing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moving into faster breaths. And again, if you can match that tempo, great. If it's a little too fast for you, just go a little bit faster than you were breathing before. But again, we're using this time to really double down, to really dive deep, to push through any blocks or any barriers that may be holding us back so that we can have a powerful experience, so we can use this work, use this time to really go deep and to find something deeper, a truth, a revelation, whatever it might be. So continuing to breathe faster breaths in, out, in, out, in, out. Another 1.5 minutes here. If it feels hard, that's okay. If you feel lightheaded, that's okay. You're lying down, you're safe. This is a part of the process. Just keep breathing, trusting the process. You are protected, you are guided. In, out, in, out. One more minute, keep going. Thirty more seconds. Using this time, if you've fallen off the wagon or slowed down, doubling down, really committing to this practice, committing to your breath, powerful breaths. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Three, two, one. Now everybody take a deep breath in together. Holding, pulling root lock, taking another sip of air in if you need it. Taking a deep breath out. Deep breath in. Blowing it all out. Holding it out. Keeping your lungs empty. This is the breath of death. Breath of release. Holding. And now taking a deep breath in. Returning to your medium breaths. Returning to that visualization, planting seeds while getting the roots out, getting the weeds out of the garden, because we know that when we get the weeds out, there's more space for our seeds to grow. So when we do this breath, we're also watering those seeds, we're also giving them light, giving them love, giving them attention. Continuing to water your seeds, plant your seeds, while pulling out the weeds. In and out, we breathe. So when Demeter is pulled from this deck in a divination pull, which is what we did, it has a few meanings that I want to explain now. First is, when you pull Demeter, it indicates a time of natural abundance and flow. You have all the resources you need. Cultivate natural forces to enhance success and prosperity. Demeter indicates a strong mothering energy. So if present in your life, give support and love to others. But if this energy is lacking in your life, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Guidance and protection are available for you. Spiritual rebirth results from sustained faith, devotion, and practice, despite facing loss and the unknown. Right? So in spite of what the circumstances in your life might be, trusting, finding guidance in teachers or wisdom traditions, maybe turning off the news, turning off social media, if your life is hard right now, right? Many people in this life have had hard lives, have had hard things happen to them. There is already wisdom out there. There are great teachers from centuries ago, millennia, I mean, even the last 100 years. And so maybe using this time to go and seek guidance from these teachers, from the giants who have walked before us, right? We stand on the shoulders of giants, all of us. Nothing happens in a vacuum. And I think especially when life gets hard, it's very easy to isolate. It's very easy to fall to hopelessness. I know in the depths of my depression in my life, I have done both. But again, Demeter is coming to us now and saying, it's okay. It's okay to not know what's going to happen, but we don't have to do it alone. And I know each of us on this call and in this room have people in our lives who do have our back, who want to support us. I think often when we are down, though, we don't think we're worthy of support, or we think we're bothering others, or we just see what we want to see. But again, Demeter is coming to say that guidance and protection are available for you, as long as you are open to being protected and being guided. Finally, the final divination note on the card says, on this path of transformation, trust your support and do not lose sight of the light. Right? Obviously, every day there's also night. The sun goes away and the moon comes out and it's dark out. But every morning the sun comes up again. And we're back in the light. Okay, maybe it's a cloudy day, maybe there's a storm, and then we'll bitch and complain about that. It's all just cycles. The seasons, the days, the light, the dark. Even a stock chart, it'll go up so much, but then it's gonna come back down. It doesn't go up forever. But it also doesn't, well, sometimes it does go down forever. Sometimes you get rugged. But, we're not stocks, we're human beings. And we exist in cycles. So we have good seasons and we have bad seasons. But again, in this session, with Demeter with us, she's just a reminder of this constant rebirth, this light and the darkness. Right? Life is reborn constantly, withering in winter and flowering in spring. Again, on this call, I'm hoping that I'm bringing this nourishing energy to you all, smothering energy. But I really am. I love all of you so dearly, and I know what you all are struggling with, but also I see what you all are aspiring to. And so let this session and let this message right here be a message directly to you. You can do it. If you can sit down and do breath work for 45 minutes, I believe you can do anything. Do not fall to hopelessness. Do not fall to despair. Believe in yourself as much as I believe in you, and I believe in you a lot. But again, this strong mothering energy, it doesn't have to come outside of you. Remember, we are all conscious creators, so if you're feeling like you're missing this energy, how can you become that devoted mother to yourself, to your inner child? How can you be more compassionate with yourself, more loving? Often we can be so mean to ourselves. Again, I know I used to say horrible things to myself and be very mean to myself, and it doesn't help. It really doesn't. But that voice can get very loud, and when that voice gets loud, we think we start to confuse it for us, but it really isn't us. That voice actually comes from other people. We come into this world as beautiful little babies, full of hopes, full of dreams, full of talent and skill. Then people in our lives tell us, oh, you can't do that, you can't say that, that's bad, and then we start to develop shame, and we start to develop guilt. And pretty soon, if that happens, especially if it happens frequently, we kind of become our own warden. We become the warden of our own prison, of our own mind, because it's easier for us to just put ourselves down before others do. Because when we go long enough believing that we aren't worthy of love, kindness, we can become our own worst enemy. And again, I say this because, again, I also used to do all of this. I'm not better than anyone. I'm not on a pedestal. I'm not higher than anyone. I'm just speaking from my own experience. The more I've walked this path, the more breath work that I do, the more plant medicine, the more I realize that we can get rid of these negative voices in our minds. We can replace these weeds, these negative beliefs, with positive ones. And then the more that we tune into those positive beliefs and start to believe them, we start to experience transformation in our lives, especially when we're doing breath work every week. It becomes inevitable because our garden is full of rich soil. Weeds are gone. Maybe they're not gone completely, but there's a lot less. And we start to nourish our seeds, to water them, give them sun, give them love, give them attention, and they start to grow. And so when these seeds start to grow and we start to see some greenery, some plants, it becomes encouraging. It becomes a virtuous cycle as opposed to a vicious cycle, which is what happens when we let the weeds overrule our garden and we confuse the weeds for plants that we wanted to grow. But we're continuing to breathe in and out. cultivating this nourishing energy for ourselves, nourishing ourselves with every breath, becoming our own mother, but the mother we wish we had, perhaps, if our mother was not so great to us, or loved us 1 minute and didn't the next. In this moment, we can be loved unconditionally. I love you. I love you all. It is my sincere hope that in doing this breath work, that you learn to love yourselves, just as your mother loves you unconditionally. Allow myself to be nourished in body, heart, and soul. Honor the sacred rhythms of my life and of the world. I welcome the return of what was once lost. I grieve with grace, and I rise with purpose. My breath plants seeds of healing in the fertile soil of my being. I trust the seasons of surrender and return. I am rooted. I am held. I am reborn. Every inhale, I receive life's abundance. Every exhale, I release the past. The earth within me remembers how to bloom again. And in case that earth within you forgot, let's go into some faster breaths again, just to jog its memory. So again, fast inhales, in, out, in, out. Breathing into our fire, breathing into our passion, breathing into the power of our being. One more minute here. Again, if you can't hold this fast breath, going as fast as you can, but really committing. This is where we do the deep work. When we do these fast breaths, we can really push past old blocks, stuck emotions. So keep going. 40 seconds. I'm right there with you. 20 more seconds. Keep going. Keep breathing. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking a deep breath in. Blowing it out. Returning to your medium breaths. Again, as you are doing this conscious connected breathing, wherever you're at in your journey, just bringing that gaze inward, and seeing, am I expressing balanced Demeter or imbalanced Demeter? Am I being a devoted parent to myself? Am I being kind? Am I helping myself? Am I taking care of my body and my health? Am I being a good guide to myself? Am I listening to my intuition? Or is that expression of Demeter imbalanced, right? Am I living practical, perhaps, but maybe not inspired, more uninspired? Am I coming home from work and watching Netflix and playing video games and distracting myself? Or am I cooking a nice meal for myself and reading a good book? Am I, creating? Am I streaming, if that's something that I'm into? Or are you being a perfectionist? Are you being overly controlling with yourself? Remember, and I said this in my last class, when we become a perfectionist, if we try to control every little thing in our life, that is going to hinder our creativity. It's going to hinder our joy and our abundance. Am I overreacting to adversity? Maybe your life is hard right now, and I'm not faulting you for that. But, can I face adversity with more courage, more faith, more strength? And then finally, are you being a smothering and selfish parent to yourself? And I think that ties in with that perfectionism and that control. And again, maybe you had a selfish or a smothering parent in your life, and maybe there is a voice in your head that is just them. But again, I'm not bringing any of this up for any judgment, just to bring awareness to our inner world. How are we treating ourselves? What do I believe about myself in the world? What we believe matters. What we say to ourselves matters. So as you continue to breathe in and out, just bringing that gaze inward as you continue to breathe. You don't have to do anything else. Continuing to breathe in and out, allowing, surrendering, releasing. Now we can start to move into some deeper breaths, slowing our rhythm down as we reach the end of our session. Slower breath is more of an integrative breath, so we can really bring it all together in this final 5 minutes of breathing. Continuing to take long, deep breaths in and out. And again, these long, deep breaths are really great at calming the nervous system. At any time you're feeling upset or overwhelmed, your mind's racing, the first thing you should do is just start taking some deep breaths, just like this, conscious, connected breaths, because it will immediately start calming down your body, subsequently your mind. The emotions will follow. So as we breathe in this way, we can pretend we are the wind now, blowing across our garden. We spent this session weeding, planting seeds. Now we are just the wind, passing through our inner garden, passing through under the light of day, the light of the sun, which gives us life, allows us to be reborn. Everybody under the sun is worthy of rebirth, worthy of transformation, worthy of healing. Now you can relax your breath, letting all the visualizations go. Just breathing normally, keeping your eyes closed. Just being present with whatever's coming up for you right now. There's nothing left to do. We've done the work. Now we're just enjoying our garden, our bodies, our minds. Just breathing normally and relaxing in the truth of the present moment. And now slowly beginning to return, wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching your arms and your legs, maybe taking a nice supine twist, stretching out that back, bringing life back to your body. Maybe you put your hands over your head. Take a nice good morning stretch. Just bringing yourself back, and now you can slowly open your eyes, introducing some light back in, taking your time. Welcome back.